but there's other places.
That would work.
My name's Leland. Leland Hayes. Terry? Oh.
You want to say something, Doyle? No, they better work over the wheel. They will be coming on the tree. Yeah. Yeah, they got a strap piece they're gonna use to say that, right? Yeah. That's what that little piece is for. Like a transom, right? Yeah. I believe that. Don't cut that unless you have to. Well, they treat that like gold, man. They treat that like gold. I know they didn't give it away.
That would be good fun. As interesting as those. Can you hold that
What does it look like, Mark?
I think it looks good to me. My eyeball says it's all right.
It'll work. We got a sharp blade on there, and it'll work. Let's see here. Hey, I see a little bit of daylight right there.
How bad is it? It works?
I won't say it from Bemidji.
I don't know why we even need a table saw.
It did come out perfect.
No, there's one little mistake there, but it's all right. We can live with it. Okay, is this the reject? Yeah, okay, that's gonna be good. I wonder how it is this way. That's gonna take a little bit of cleaning up.
Yeah, we didn't clean one side's not clean, but it don't make no difference. It's gonna get cut away. No, I'm gonna clean that edge, and then we'll. That's good. We had it on the some table.
So just concentrate you about here to cut tails off.
Just when that stuff is straight.
Very good. Almost there. We mix some glue tonight, right?
Very seldom less than that.
I got the flap. I think that's gonna do it. I'll be all right.
You like it? That's a good estimating there now.
Oh, good to see you again, Bert. Thank you. Mid on the water.
I tell you, Will over there knows enough about building these things on Skiff because he's been with me every time I built one. He knows more about it than I do.
Good to hear.
He tells you what he knows.
That's good.
Will has had a hard time getting through school.
Which one's the transom? Which one?
This one and this one. This one, oh, transom, this is the transom.
This is your. Put one of these together. You're gonna put it like this, and then like that, and that's one stem, right?
This is gonna be one stem.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. See, they're gonna get cut off. This don't
It's gonna have a cut like that, right?
right.
Eventually, yeah. Now, is that cut plain or is that cut actually nice?
It's brand new, never been used. Well, they probably. I think they just put it together. Somebody told me they put it together today. I might be wrong. It's brand new though. Cadillac.
So what do you got, Will? You got a valve stem in 2 corners? Valve stem in 2 corners?
Right. What we need to do is we need to divide, get a center line halfway and halfway. So we can put these together. Center line on both. No, it don't have to go just on the end so we can line them up. 5 inches, so we need 2.5.
So you got 2 of them, right? Just like this.
Right.
You centered it like that.
So, Will, you got two stems and one transom. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Should I have a shot back? That's a nice saw.
It's pretty wood. Makes a nice sawdust.
Rick, where do you want to do this? Up on the bed? The bed? What? I can't do it, man. For the plant pass off.
We need something. Cut down a wall or something. Bring it over here when you're doing it.
Enough to let us have the boat barn. And they stopped.
Where's the boat barn? Where was that?
Over there where Corner Snort's house was.
Oh, yeah.
Right there, bus barn.
Oh, the bus barn.
That's what it is now.
Oh, okay.
But that became the barn that we really started the second year in. And we had it that second year there, we built boats down there. And then the third year, we were in the high school.
Wow, so the high school, I started that in 69. I worked on that. I was digging ditches for the foundations. I just got out there for 69.
Well, whenever it was finished, I taught the first boat building class in that building, in the high school. But we had already had that program going for 2 years before that.
I see. How many kids you talking?
I can't remember. I have pictures of them standing around the boats whenever we were down there in the car barn. I have pictures of them, but I'll have to check that out.
I'd like to see that sometime.
I'll have to search for them. Much has gone by and all this stuff in the last few years. And when I've really slowed down when I can't walk anymore. I have to where I get around on crutches. And I can walk around on crutches. Well, I'll tell you what, after you walk on those crutches a while, heavy as I am and much weight as I have to put on my crutches.
It's all going on one or two places, right?
Bit with this bad hip here. That's it. And that, see, whenever I broke my hip, they put a pin in my hip. Well, that pin has been broken for several years now. You can, whenever they x-ray my hip, those pins are about that far separated piece, one piece of them. So, and because all the bone is calcified in my hip and so forth like that. And I can get around with crutches pretty good, but I can't go too far because I'm really good at it.
So, do you remember that first time you had kids in there and you were building boats? Do you remember that pretty well? Who was it?
I have a picture of them standing all around the boat. And it was my 8th grade class.
Because there was no high school, so they were all 8th graders.
We were getting ready to be in high school. And I started that program before because that's what I wanted to do when we got to high school. That's what I taught. We had two shop teachers, see, and one of them taught regular shop and stuff, and I taught both. And whenever they used to have a contest down there at A&I, and it was the first year I went to it, I took one boat down. And they did it by weight, and they had. So I saw some of the biggest china closets that you've ever seen, so perfectly built and everything. And it goes in there, and the boat went in there with the same with the weight. The boat won first place prize in the outfit. The next year I took 2 boats down, and then both boats won first and second prizes. And I'll tell you what, because they were unique. There were so many china cabinets and tables and other stuff built that people, the judges took the boats.
Went right to it.
I mean, they were painted, they were nicely painted, they were slick, they had never been on the water and everything else. We took them down there and the boat had more people around them than china closets and other things that they built. But then they stopped that program and they started another program, and I didn't care to participate in it. We never went into more. But if that program would have gone, it was the best thing that ever happened. Those kids at Fort Randall, so proud going down there and everything else. And the other kids down there that had things in there, they all get to talking and everything. But they looked up to those Fort Randall's kids. Vane, you did that by yourself. They say, me and my teacher, we built these boats. Our class built these boats.
How many years did it go on?
But only like 2 years in the competition at A&I, only like 2 years. And then they broke it down. It got so big in the state that they had to break it down. So they took that particular one away, and we never did go anymore.
How many years did you have at the school? Before the glue dries, you have to get it on there. So this is, you're gonna do glue dry. What the guys are doing right now is centering the stock, putting a line in the center of the stock, so when you glue the two together, you're pretty close to straight. Because it sure is a terrible feeling when you wake up in the morning after clamping it and it's crooked. Well, the glue is mixed. The guy who's mixing it is wearing a mask. If you're going to be over near it, you put on a mask. If you're going to touch it, put on these blue gloves. So you got 2 pieces measured now? Or are they measuring it now? 4 cut. They're all cut. They're measuring them now. This one you're going to glue right here?
Take my life on my knees.
All right, we ready?
Nancy liked it like that.
You draw it that way.
Where are you going to glue it at?
Line that one up.
On the bench.
Where's your
With the plastic under it.
no sleeves?
Is that the other one that is over there? You want to?
Oh, I see. Here's the clamps. Oh, man, we got a bunch of clamps. Lots of clamps. We got clamps. We got the parallel clamps. Big ones, short ones, fat ones, skinny ones.
I'm gonna line it up for you and I'm gonna tell you to mark it. Mark it right there. That's close enough.
You mean cut it across?
No, just up and down, just one mark from the bottom to the top.
I see what you're talking about.
Can't see that. You know, yeah, you'll get glue on that other one. You won't be able to see it. All right, well now put the glue on.
Yes, Texas.
Put the glue on.
That's Texas center. Anywhere it looks like it.
That's right.
That's right.
There we go. We're now putting the glue on.
Oh, sorry, I didn't realize you were taping.
Where'd the pencil go? Who has the pencil?
Well, I do. It's not much. I'm working
We're using the fast or the slow here? Slow?
Somebody bring a photo. Have you got a trailer, that little?
I do not have a trailer.
Okay. How are you thinking about the truck? I got the truck.
He has a truck.
Okay.
You don't worry about that.
Yeah.
For the show.
You are applying the glue. That's enough.
We got 2 of these going on?
Got another one right now.
Center that puppy out.
See if I can blend him in the process. I don't know about you guys, I want to nail him mine.
This is gonna be flush, right? And then center this.
It was flush up there a while ago.
Looks like it needs to come over this way some, according to that mark.
I wouldn't look.
I can't even see where the mark is.
Yeah, it's a real tough one.
Yeah.
I don't know if we can put a mark on that.
That's real close. That's real close. That's the problem. It's gonna wander.
Real close is probably all
It's
it's
gonna wander. All right. Where's our
That's
glue
what we're
box?
saving the plywood for, the sawdust for.
Right, there's some bigger ones there.
Yeah.
Make it into 1-inch block.
All right, here we go.
We need some
Once
glue.
we get them on, yeah, we're gonna get the clamps on.
Let's get them started first if we can.
You don't need, I don't think you need
Don't
one
need
on
a
the
block
bottom.
on the bottom. You got the bottom of the bench.
Right. Yeah, you don't need that.
Just hang it on the bench.
It's hanging on the
We
pine.
got another one to glue.
What? Yeah, yeah, just use the pine here.
Bench?
You take it away.
Bottom of the bench.
You might need to slide it down a little bit. I don't know. Is that big book?
This is where it's gonna
Get
get
it
tricky.
snug and then start tapping. That's all, that's the only thing you can do.
At the same time.
Get it a little snug and then start tapping that wood around as you tighten it.
I'll hold it now if you wanna turn both of them at the same time.
This is where it comes in that he was talking about, not to get it too tight.
That's true too. What do we got to tap with?
You don't want to squeeze all the, glue out, right?
Right.
You don't want to squeeze all the glue out. Oh!
Well, it's not very tight now.
No, it's not.
You got a hammer or a piece of wood or what? That's what you have to do is tap it into place. And then put a little more pressure. Put a little pressure now. Same thing down there. Till you get it exactly where you want it.
That's tight enough. You already got two.
Way off.
The only nails that I have are stainless steel, and they're in that box.
That's a little expensive. We'll get to that.
You can even pick the colors.
Okay. Yeah, you don't wanna squeeze the glue out.
Those are copper.
See, this is out of line again.
Yep.
Is there a hammer?
It's got enough tension on it with that epoxy. You don't want to squeeze any more glue out.
The center.
Can't tell. Need a rag to see what the bottom mark is.
That's pretty good. It is close enough.
Yeah, here. I haven't tested it. I haven't tested it.
You didn't do a thing. You're like my kid. What do you need?
I was looking for some rags.
You're about to step in glue there, Rick. Nope. We got enough glue on it, all right.
I'd put a clamp here, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
That's not gonna be good.
Here's your rags.
I have a hole in it.
I don't want to use copper nail.
We don't have a clamp. There's a, it doesn't need much, but what happens is that resin will come up with the air bubbles.
The resin will do what?
See, the resin's creating that air bubbles. And if you don't have some tension on it, you'll have air holes in it. Inside.
Yeah, I don't think you could ever use too many clamps.
You don't want them too tight.
You got anything to keep glue off the floor?
We'll get it tomorrow.
Right there, good.
That's till somebody steps in and it's not
My
where.
rule is
Yeah, she's creepy. There you go. Oh,
So
They don't always follow.
we're 0 for 2, right?
These aren't big enough. Another trip to Harbor Freight.
Y'all got enough clamps on that with that epoxy.
They were looking for colors.
Where the wheel go?
Roll on the floor again, but that's the way it
Where the wheel go?
Runs in the trailer. Runs out here, trailer.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna get the fire, make sure we got heat in our trailer, him and
Okay.
Hable.
So, you don't, with your clamps, you're not doing like cranking them like that, right? You're just getting it pretty tight and then letting the glue fill it up, right?
You don't want to squeeze them
They got enough clamps there? Just one in the middle on each end?
well, what we do, they'll work on it, but I like more clamps. I'm not gonna say nothing. I mean, I'm not gonna get into this thing too far. you know, everybody's done something with that like that and so forth, and they've done it once, and they're gonna do it their way. But you could put too many clamps on it, you can squeeze them too damn hard, and you're gonna squeeze some of your glue. And they, it looks like they got something in between it. That's what I don't understand. Well, maybe that's just a...
And one on each end and one in the middle. The clamp.
I'd put a couple more at least.
Yeah? Well, like one every 6 or 8 inches?
No, you don't
10
need
inches?
that many of them. You can actually get those damn things down and squeeze too much glue. I mean, you put too many on there, you'll run that glue completely out, and you won't have a good.
Right. Yeah, they're being real careful not to squeeze the glue out. They're being real careful not to squeeze all
As
the
long
glue.
as they don't get, they need to be tight, but not real tight.
Right, so I was just thinking if Will was here, he would say, that's tight enough.
Yeah, that's tight enough.
Hey, Rick, what are y'all cleaning up with?
Denatured alcohol. It's the safest stuff in the world.
You know what works really well, and I've used it on West. It costs about $2 a gallon to buy it at IGA. It's vinegar.
Oh, vinegar. No, I've never used it.
It's just like using water on fresh latex paint.
Really?
Exactly.
Well, soap and water will clean uncured glue, uncured epoxy. So I've always just used water. And once it starts to kick, then we use the denatured alcohol. The vinegar, I'll try that. It's a shitload cheaper.
It works.
And you can drink it too.
Yeah.
It won't do much for you.
But it absolutely, that's what you need.
Okay. Now we have to let the glue dry, right?
It's dry. It's dry.
Okay, they all glued in.
Ain't that pretty?
Did they slip?
Whole lot of gluing going on.
Did they slip? Or are they still centered?
Still centered.
Make sure the clamps aren't enough glue.
Yep, still centered.
Everybody look. Well, they're still centered.
That's what I would do right now.
There's no change in
Just
the bevel changes all the way down. It's easy, man.
Just got the stem and pull the front up to it. Put it together.
What I think is the best way, and I could be wrong, I never know, but I built small versions. I'll take the stem and I'll lay the sides in and get a good joint and bring it around.
That's what
Rather than trying to go to the thing, starting in the end with these big wings. I learned that by making models. Okay, cool. It's a big old.
Go ahead.
It's a big V.
Sides stick out like this. Stem first, yeah.
Then you can walk them in. Now, when I build on a jig. You know, and Doyle used to come by and visit my shop. He said, "What the hell is that?" It's a jig. I thought a jig was a nigger.
He's from the old school. This is new school.
So I've always jig built, and they've always freed it. And they look at a boat as the shape of the side. They determine the shape of the boat by the shape of that side. And that, I'm going to bring that out tomorrow's class. That's the skill that isn't passed on. So Bubba wouldn't tell anybody, and Smokey wouldn't tell anybody, and Doyle wouldn't tell anybody. It's all secrets. So the curve, not just that little hook. Everything. And people talked about that at night, smoking dope and drinking beer.
Okay, now we need to cut.
Trade secrets.
We need to cut this sheet over here. We need a 5-foot piece off of one of them plywoods.
5 off of both, right?
Well, yeah, off of both if we're going to try to glue up 2 sterns tonight.
Okay. I don't think
Well, we need to try to get at least
We
one.
can get one cut, yeah. Where'd John Henry go? He split?
Yeah, he said he hadn't had no supper yet.
What are you cutting? You need to cut? You wanna cut?
We need to cut,
Bring it up. We can rip them in half with the skill saw right there.
Just knock the nail.
Cut that off. Cut that off and rip it with the table saw, with the skill saw. I'll give you 4 pieces.
You might do, ought to be stiff enough. I don't know how much pressure.
Oh,
you got.
yeah.
So they glue it up and then they cut the top.
Oh, yeah, that's plenty stiff. They're pretty straight.
I don't know if we have enough clamp to do this.
Pretty straight. John, cut that off.
Yeah, I'm just gonna knock out one.
This is the biggest, besides some pipe clamps.
That'll get weird.
Okay, so if we had,
if nothing else, these are easy enough to come by.
They belong to this man over here,
Yeah, y'all can have them.
part of his jig.
They're not real strong though. I mean, to clamp across?
Yeah, well, we gotta have something, put pressure all the way across that thing, or.
even pressure, yeah. Well, okay, if that's just strong enough here, then you can just put
One on
weight
top.
on it. You know, you got some 2x4s, put a bunch of weight on it, somebody sleep on it.
You put all that mahogany, put the 2x4 and have mahogany straddling it with its weight balancing.
I mean, that's what we used to do. Put as much weight as we could get
Hey,
on
can
it.
we use these paint, do you have another piece of ply?
Yeah.
Just lay it out.
And I would put it on the floor.
Yeah, put it on the floor.
There you go.
Get another piece of ply on top. If you got it, and then
We don't,
It's better, yeah, but this floor is pretty flat.
we do not have
It's
enough.
better than that.
What's that?
Pretty hanging.
We don't want to set it on the jig to glue it.
yeah, I mean, Rick, these others have a lot of weight on that.
Yeah, can you cut both sides?
Yeah.
We'll do the bad side together.
Yeah, that's,
We'll fill one up with water.
Epoxy, you gonna put a filler in the epoxy?
Clean it off a little bit.
How about some tiny nails to just tap it to hold it in place after it's glued?
Rick was talking about screwing it, pull the screws out later.
Nails or screws,
That's kinda
just
nasty.
something to keep it from
Yeah,
sliding
sliding around.
What do we got?
Nails,
Mini
nails.
ring shapes? Or some copper nails?
We got any like form finish nails? Probably not.
Sheetrock nails? No.
Drywall nails, I got some in my truck. Drywall screws in my truck.
yeah, anything, I mean, we can put some. Yeah, we can put a few nails, you know, around it, because a lot of them will get cut away.
They're just temporary, just to keep it from,
They'll all get patched.
Just to
Yeah, I
keep
know,
it from-
yeah, keep
okay,
it from sliding,
okay.
yeah.
Well, you can mix a little resin and put in it.
Oh, yeah, I mean, you know.
Yeah, that'll hold it right on.
Right.
finding enough weight.
So where's the chemist?
There's 3 right there.
Any more mix? You wanna mix it this time? Sure. Yeah, you got enough, that's plenty of weight, so, yeah. Where's the,
Yeah, I would think just set those buckets on.
That'd be enough for each end. We need some in the middle.
There's a battery.
you got 3.
No, I'm serious. That battery's heavy.
Oh, yeah, I mean,
Put a battery in there, grab it.
Here's a toolbox. That's heavy. What you got? No, that's empty. Our toolbox is pretty heavy, but I know we can lift it up.
that right there.
Oops.
No, this temperature would be about 7-8 hours on the slow. On the slow hardener. Are you going slow or fast?
I don't know, what do you think, slow or fast?
Got all night.
That's fat.
Yeah.
I mean, just the slow is fine. You'll have to switch it out again.
Doesn't hurt?
Yeah.
How many are you mixing?
12.
6 and 6 or 12 and 12?
12 and 12.
Buy you a new beer?
No, sir. No, sir. Not at all.
Well, this,
Same amount?
both these took 12. I had a little extra, actually.
Okay. Where's your alcohol? Where's your alcohol?
What's the pump? Well, the pump's compensated. Stroke. Yeah. One for one on the stroke.
You left the toolbox out there?
One in.
Yeah, I was getting,
Figured it was.
Where's your sister now?
She lives in Galveston. She has for a long time.
How many kids does she have?
They adopted one, and she had 2 girls.
Adopted the boy?
They adopted the boy, yeah. That was her first child. And then they had two girls.
Who did she marry?
She married Marion Duzic.
Yep, right.
Yeah, Marion Duzic.
From
Wren's Pass, yeah. He was one
You
of
hear
the...
me say Three Rivers? Three Rivers is next to George West. But I did come back to say Randy's Pass.
You did. Absolutely. Well, Marion, there's that whole crew from Yugoslavia, from Croatia, the Duzics, and I don't know who all else. Yeah, so when did Diane graduate? Let me think. I graduated in 65, and she must have graduated in 71 or something like that. Yeah. She was a basketball player.
I know she was a basketball player.
Hey, yeah.
I do know that.
You taught math in class. Actually, I never went to school a day in Port Aransas. I never went to school in Port Aransas, not even one day. So there was no high school at the time. And
in the early 70s, we got the high school.
yeah, I told you it was 69, but I kind of remember National Guardsmen running around while we were building that foundation. So it was after Celia. It was after Celia.
Right.
When they started it. Right. I was thinking it was